But I'm just thinking about Christina Shusho here because, you know, she's like the mother of gospel.
Yes,
you know, you can't walk through Nairobi on a Sunday without hearing a Christina Shusho song. Kwa matatu, kwa salon, kwa duka, kwa kinyozi.
But now, this is the thing. It's like people are coming to assume a man can never be a victim of sexual assault, and it's quite unfortunate. Because I'd even seen on Twitter someone who had actually been beaten up by some Twitter feminist tweeted, and it was such a big thing. But people were like, that thing cannot be true, or they start shaming the person. So when you shame the person who has been accused, when you shame the victim, so many people will not come forward.
So you feel like people are shaming Nelson Tiger?
Yeah.
So do you believe the allegations?
No one is out of bounds.
I will agree with you to some aspect, because me, I've faced the same from most, let me say, female artists.
Oh, you've experienced the same thing from female artists?
Yes, the thing is, at times
this
they
is
will...
interesting.
Okay.
I love these guys here. Because usually it's the girls who say, the DJ tried to get me to give him something in exchange for playing my music. But you guys are sitting here and telling me that. So how do the female artists behave towards that is uncalled for?
Okay. Just drop a There's name. A lot of pressure.
Just drop a name.
No, let's not name drop. I don't want to get sued here, but please just share your perspective.
So I will speak for the producers and us as creators on the media. We get a lot of pressure because a woman believes, or probably a female artist might believe, that she has something that she can give you in exchange for a service. So as even Saint P was saying once, that you will end up losing a lot as a producer if you're not getting paid by a female artist. So in the process, they will use some names. Actually, like if you check if I was to reveal my WhatsApp, that's what you get first. They will use an approach that is more enticing towards you. And then you find yourself in a certain circle, then you're like, okay, I thought you were, you know, a so-called gospel artist.
So you're saying they drop the professionalism.
Exactly.
Sometimes. It's not always the guys at fault.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not the guys, not mostly. The thing is, possibly I can say it's the guys when it comes to an upcoming artist. That, of course, many female artists have been used. But in terms of when one is established, there's a very huge possibility that a producer will be used in that case, because the artist knows, I don't want to pay this much. I know if I talk to this person in a certain way, just like the way PR professionals at times do, so that they get their stories on media, they will make sure that they entice you, put you in a certain box, and then they use you. So in a perspective, I can agree with Tiger that he has gone through that, because many producers, if they can attest to that, where they find themselves in this gap, and then this person tells you, because you know they can screenshot, I will take this to this blog. So now what will you do? Yes, because they're female.
And then something else. I was reading this morning before it actually came. It's a story about why is it that we are all crucifying people who have been accused, even by anonymous sources. Yeah. Yet the whole thing about someone coming forward about sexual harassment is coming out of that fear of being accused. So someone doesn't have to be anonymous. You have to face your accuser. Absolutely. for you to overcome. Then another thing, not all sexual accusations are true. Sometimes it's just pure malice. I was reading Jeff's story, Jeff Koinange, and know from what he had said that he was accused of sexual harassment by someone he had never seen. They'd only spoken on email, and he was fired on phone, and he had a baby on the way. Right. And no one will listen to the man. No one will listen to the person who is in every situation. And it's getting sad because now we are creating a society whereby if a man is sexually harassed, ananyamaza. Because even men will laugh at him, say, "Ai, unakatiwaje alafu unakata." Unaona? So
it's not even about shaming the victim here. It's about I'm a man. Men are not supposed to be victims of this. Yeah. It starts from there. Okay, Nicolette, your thoughts?
I think, okay, like you were saying, people now are creating stories behind the sexual harassment thing, which is unfair to the victims, number one. Number two, it's like, I think that hunger for fame, we have that hunger for fame society, so they're looking at what's trending. What's trending right now is the fact that people are being sexually harassed in the industry. Let me get into it. That's how you find someone you don't know accusing you. I think it needs to be filtered out, because even some big celebrities are getting victimized as well, because if you're going to attack me and say I sexually harassed you,
no one is going to believe me.
Yeah.
Like no, there's this day on Twitter. There's this day on Twitter I'd seen a story for Nick Mutuma.
Yes. Exactly, yeah.
And Nick Mutuma was like, I can't even remember, or even I can't even for them it happened. Even look at the story for Kevin Spacey.
Yes.
It was so unfortunate, as in something that happened over 30 years ago. He can't even remember, he was drunk. Even his accuser is saying, I don't think he can remember because he was also drunk.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
It doesn't make
So
it
it
right.
doesn't make it right, but also, you know, how can I put
Just
it?
because you don't remember doesn't make it right. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also you look at all these stories, you find even Joe Mushiri, someone had accused him on
Yeah, I
Twitter.
saw that.
Yeah.
So
That was
you
bad.
find even the person, no one is listening to him. And actually, I know Joe, and I know the person who had accused
But
him.
I think maybe the other side of the coin here is that for anyone in whichever industry, you need to guard your reputation jealously.
Yeah.
Because if then accusers come out of the woodwork and they're like, oh, he did this. But then if I look at your reputation, it supports what the accuser is
saying.
accusing you of, then
It
you have
becomes
yourself
tricks.
to blame.
It becomes tricks.
Yeah, it becomes a bit of a tricky situation because, you know, some of these instances, if it was just you and I here in this studio and I'm saying you did this to me, there was nobody else. How do I prove that? Yes. So also, we all have to be careful. Women need to be very cognizant of their surroundings. And I think the beauty about it is that right now, I love that the conversation is happening. I love that it's not just happening for the girls. The boys are also getting involved in it. The boy child,
Yes.
so to speak. On this table, we love the boy child.
President.
Okay, now moving on.